Hey folks, Mav's Dad here with another watch review. First of all, Happy New Year. I hope everybody had a really safe and Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas. Now this is not the type of watch that I normally review. Normally I like to review the tool diver watches. This is a dress watch and I normally just don't review these. But first of all, I thought this one looked really nice and had a really neat feature that I wanted to show y'all. Some of y'all will be familiar with this, some of you won't. So let's take a look at this thing. This is Seiko SRN049, and what we'll do is we'll open it up, look at those features and functions, look at the build quality, the fit and finish, and then I'll give you my overall review of the Seiko. Now this is your typical Seiko box, so let's go ahead and open this thing up. All right, here's the watch. Take it off the pillow here. And anybody that's bought a Seiko knows what you get in the box here. You got your instruction manual and you have got your warranty card back there. So there you go, no surprises there. Put all this back, then we'll take a look at this thing. Now what I'll do is I'll put the specs on the left-hand side of the screen, and then we'll get into this thing. Really, really nice looking watch. All right, first of all, you're looking at a 42mm case. It's got a 20mm crocodile embossed leather band. Now this is not actual crocodile. This is just leather that's been embossed with a crocodile pattern. So don't think you're getting an actual crocodile band. It looks nice though, they did a nice job on it. It's 14mm thick. It's got a 5M84 kinetic movement. Obviously it's got a Seiko Hardlex crystal. It's 100 meters water resistant, which is 330 feet. Now the function I'm going to show you is a retrograde day function, which is right there. And I'll explain this here in just a minute, okay? You got your regular date function at 3 o'clock, right above the day function. It's got a 6-month power reserve, being a Kinetic watch. It has a power reserve indicator, which is this button right here, this pusher, and I'll go ahead and explain that here in just a minute too. And you've got overcharge protection. All of Seiko's Kinetic watches have overcharge protection. And you have an exhibition case back, which I don't know if I'm gonna keep this or not, so I'm gonna keep that sticker on, but you can see the rotor moving around in there. So there you go. Now the retrograde day function, this is really neat. That's this right here. Now you see that it's showing it's Tuesday. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this out, and I'm going to adjust the day. And if you notice, it's going Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, and then it's going to jump back to the red S, which is Sunday. Boom. See how it jumped back right there? That's called a retrograde day function. I'll do it again for you real quick. You just adjust the days, keep going, and when it gets to Saturday, it jumps back. Pretty cool. Really, really neat. I like the look of this watch. It's got a really, really nice, clean, kind of like a cream dial face color. It's got rose gold accents on all the indexes and hands. Now, I don't think this is actual rose gold plated. I'd be surprised if it was, but it looks really nice, really simple, really clean. I like the look. I'm normally not into dress watches, but I like the look of this thing. Really, really nice. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the power reserve. Now what you do is when the second hand gets to 12, and let's wait here, I'll just go ahead and yammer on for a couple more seconds. You push this, and when you push it, when you get to the 12, you can do it at any index, but you want to wait till 12, it's just easier to read. When you get to the 12, you push it, and it tells you how much time. Now look, it went 5 seconds, so this thing actually needs a charge on it, okay? 5 seconds means it has about a day of charge left. If it had gone to 10, that means it would have about a week of charge left. If it had gone to 20, that would mean it had about a month. And if it had gone all the way down to 30, which is the 6 o'clock index, that means it has a full 6-month charge on it. So this actually needs to be wound up a little bit. And again, with it being kinetic, it's basically a rotor that basically winds. And actually, I'm sorry, it doesn't wind anything. It charges a battery inside, which in turn feeds the quartz movement. So you get the best of an automatic with not having to worry about a battery and the accuracy and reliability of a quartz movement. So basically, it's an automatic winding a battery, winding a gear that charges the battery that powers the quartz movement. So Seiko's really been kind of the pioneer in these kinetic movements. I mean, they're really, they've got them down pat, man. Really, really cool. So there you go with that. I'm gonna try this thing on, and I don't know if it's even gonna fit. Let me take my current watch off. This is the Seiko 5 Monster, the kind of the new version of a Seiko 5 Monster. Let's take this off here. And I'm actually gonna pause the video real quick so I don't bore you with all this, and we'll see if this thing fits me. I'll be back in just a second. All right, folks, we're back. As you can see, it fits me, but just barely. I have about an 8-inch wrist, so this is a little bit small. I mean, the dial and the face looks great, just the bracelet's a little bit small. So you could just go out there and get yourself another leather bracelet or crocodile embossed bracelet if you want. It's got some nice wrist presence. Again, this is a dress watch. I'm not, normally used to wearing these, and I just really don't. I'm just not a dress watch person. I like tool diver watches. But I mean, it looks really nice. If you have to go to a board meeting or some sort of social function where you got to get dressed up, this is going to look really, really good on your wrist. I might actually keep this thing. I'm not sure. All right, now I'm going to take it off. I'm not going to bore you with that either, and I'll be back in just a second. All right, folks, I'm back. Now, a couple other things I want to show you. If you look right here at the 3, where the date function is, you see this little indentation right there. I don't know if you can see that really well. But if you look right there, there's a little indentation. And I'm thinking they meant for this possibly to have a date function and a day function right there. I'm not quite sure. I mean, you've got the day function down here, the retrograde day, but I'm not quite sure what this indentation at 3 o'clock is for. I'm assuming it's maybe another dial that they use maybe in another different watch, and that dial has the day function, spelled out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, instead of having this retrograde down here. I'm not quite sure. Not sure what that indentation is for. But anyway, now this doesn't have any lume on it. Now this is a dress watch really meant for day wear. It doesn't have any lume on it. It does have a nice kind of, like I said, a cream colored dial with kind of like some faux Geneva stripes going down there, if you can see that. I mean, this is a classy looking watch, no doubt about it. All the indexes are applied, which is really nice. And the Seiko logo is applied. I mean, this is a good looking watch. Let's take a look at the back a little more. Just a real simple case back. Obviously there's your Kinetic, there's your rotor there. Highly polished. Really highly polished. Nice looking case. Obviously the bezel doesn't turn. This is not a dive watch. The bezel doesn't do anything. It's a fixed bezel. You can see it's a slightly domed Hardlex crystal there. Just a nice looking casual dress watch. Really cool. So folks, that's really about it for this one. There's not too much. You can get these on Amazon for about $150, between $150 and $160. And I actually got mine, as usual, about a day early than what Amazon told me it was going to be. So, I mean, it kind of mesmerizes you. I mean, I'm being mesmerized. Nice looking watch, man. I love this retrograde day function. Absolutely love it. I think it's really cool. Another thing too, if your battery's about to die, the second hand actually has a kind of like an undercharge function, which it'll actually start jumping every 2 seconds instead of 1 second. So basically it's like an undercharge warning to let you know that you need to start winding this thing up to get some more juice to it. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else I missed? I don't think I did. Really nice watch. You can't go wrong with Seikos, man. They're just really well built watches. You get a lot more than what you pay for with a Seiko watch. Really classy watch. So if you got any questions about this, please put those in the comment section. I'll try to answer those as soon as I can. And if you like this video, please click on like. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please do that as well. I'll put a little reminder in the lower right hand corner of the screen for that. If you want to go out and get one of these, again, this has been the Seiko SRN049 Kinetic with a retrograde day function, which is right here. Really cool. I like this watch. I might end up keeping this one. I'm not quite sure. I have to get a different bracelet for it, but I might keep this one. We'll see. All right, folks, that's about it. Until the next review, I will see y'all later. and have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.